Regardless of one's beliefs, it is undeniable that most people, above all else, crave order in the universe. And part of that, whether we know it or not, is looking for signs. And while the interpretation of those signs may vary, one thing is certain. Every once in a while, they are awe-inspiring. March 2019, in Agripoli, Italy. Alfredo Lobruto is on the shore of the Tyrrhenian Sea when, as the setting sun peeks through the clouds above him, he sees this. A sunlight silhouette. One that unmistakably looks very much like Jesus on the cross.
In this photo, we see what looks like a man with his arms outstretched in the sky, glowing as if on fire. It looks like someone with hands. You can see fingers, and you can see almost as if they're wearing some sort of a robe.
This is a pose that we see Jesus in, and here it is, manifested in the sky through the sunlight.
Struck by its beauty, Alfredo immediately puts it on social media, where it seems to strike the same nerve with the public, quickly going viral.
It's almost like a religious experience seeing something like this, thinking to yourself, oh my God, is that Jesus in the sun? And to some people, that's very comforting.
Particularly, perhaps, in times of peril. November 2020, in Baguio, Benguet, the Philippines. Myla Patsiwagan Abuzo is in the area as part of a clearing crew following a tragic landslide. When nearby, she spots something. A waterfall that, incredibly, resembles another religious figure. The Virgin Mary.
I am Myla Pazuagan Apuzo. I filmed the apparition of the Virgin Mary. My hair literally stood on end. It has a veil. The dress was truly all white. Even when I zoomed in, if you stare for a long time, it doesn't change. It's still the image of the Virgin Mary.
When I see this waterfall, it so instantly reminds me of the image of the Virgin Mary. The waterfall almost kind of creates this look like, the Virgin Mary has that shawl, that goes and falls over her head and shoulders.
There was a tragedy that struck just before this, so maybe the people viewing this need that. They need that reassurance that even though bad things happen, there are those that are around to protect them.
Maybe, but not all signs offer such reassurance. 2007, in Vail, Oregon. As part of a private company protecting a wooden structure for a rancher, firefighter David Conendike is enacting a controlled burn on a small area of the forest. Once the fire gets going, he starts taking photos and captures this. An image that looks almost exactly like the devil himself.
Hi, my name is David Conendike. I took this photo in Vail, Oregon, 2007. It must have been around midnight when we lit this backfire. I started snapping photos, and I looked down at the screen, and I saw that figure right away. We've all seen figures in fire before, but This one looks particularly striking. The contrast and the way the figure looks like it has some texture to it, it kind of speaks to you. It kind of shouts out at you like, this is weird.
Weird. And terrifying.
It's archetypical for everything that we characterize the devil's appearance as being. We can see the reddish, fiery face, the long horns.
I am a science guy. I have a degree in physics, and I look at things with a skeptical eye. But I can also tell you what science doesn't know. And there's quite a world out there we don't quite understand yet.
Fortunately, the burn went off without a hitch. And maybe whatever is happening in the clouds, the water, and the fire is less about understanding and more about being open to all possibilities.
We romanticize an openness to belief in children, and we pathologize a belief in adults. We think adults should be over that by now. And that's incredibly unfortunate that we do that, because belief stands to be one of the most therapeutic tools we have. And if we could get over this inclination to either totally oversell it or totally over pathologize it, we might actually be able to do something really important and useful with it.